Hey there and welcome. Today we're going to dig into a professional skill that is so fundamental, so powerful, it can literally change your team's entire path forward. And yet, it's one we almost never talk about mastering. So let's get right into it.
Just think about that for a sec. Seriously, what comes to mind? Is it, I don't know, a specific coding language, public speaking, maybe project management? Look, those are all super important for sure, but the research points to something way more universal, something that happens in every single meeting, every single day.
And boom, there it is. Did you catch that? Not just a skill, but a language function. That's a pretty powerful way to reframe it, isn't it? It tells us this isn't just about, having a good idea pop into your head. It's really about how we communicate those ideas to actually get things done and solve real problems.
Okay, so let's start by unpacking that. We're going to explore why this seemingly simple act of making a suggestion is in fact a foundational pillar for any effective team or organization.
I mean, it seems so basic, right? You see a problem, you suggest a fix. But the real power, well, it lies in what that simple act unlocks for everyone else. It's the spark. It's what ignites the fire of collaboration.
And that leads us right into our next big idea: how suggestions literally become the engine of teamwork. Because think about it. Without them, a team that's facing a challenge is just a group of people staring at a wall.
You know, what's so interesting here is how simple this is. The source defines team-based problem solving as a process that relies on making suggestions. They're not just helpful, they're not optional, they are the essential ingredient. You literally can't have one without the other.
And this just lays it out so perfectly. You've got a problem over here, and you need to get to a solution over there. Well, step 2, that's the bridge. That's the messy, creative, collaborative part that turns a big, scary challenge into a whole menu of possibilities. So here's the bottom line. A team that can't get good at this step is a team that's going to stay stuck.
So, okay, if making suggestions is a language function, then what are the actual mechanics? How does the machine actually work? Well, this next part breaks it down into 3 distinct, totally learnable actions.
And this is absolutely key. We're not talking about personality traits here. You don't have to be a born extrovert. These are concrete skills that you can consciously practice and get better at to make yourself a way more effective professional.
All right, check this out. This table breaks it down beautifully. First up, you've got responding to suggestions. This is all about how you react when somebody else puts an idea on the table. When you do this well, you create what's called psychological safety, which just makes it way more likely that the next brilliant idea actually gets said out loud. Second is giving advice. This is the one we usually think of. It's you using your expertise to say, hey, what if we try this? It moves things forward. And finally, number 3 is developing conversations. This one is subtle, but it is so crucial. It's the art of taking a raw idea and helping the team poke at it, refine it, and build on it together. All 3 are absolutely vital to making this whole thing work.
So, let's pull all this together. Let's talk about how getting good at these actions can become your own professional superpower, turning this simple skill into some real, tangible impact.
I really want to land on this point. We have a bad habit of dismissing this kind of thing as a soft skill, but it's not. It's the foundation. It's the block at the very bottom of the pyramid. The ability to effectively generate, respond to, and develop suggestions is what lets a company adapt, innovate, and solve its most difficult problems. So, what do you really need to take away from all this? Well, first, remember that suggestions are the absolute fuel for team problem solving. Without them, you're going nowhere. Second, mastering this language function isn't just a nice to have, it's critical for any professional. Third, don't forget it's built on those 3 core actions: responding to ideas, giving your own advice, and developing the conversation around them. And finally, and this is the most important part, your voice, when you use it effectively in these ways, can literally move your entire organization forward.
And that leaves us with one last thought. It's not about having all the answers, it never is. It's about being willing to contribute just one piece of the puzzle. So I want you to think about it. In your very next meeting, what is the one suggestion, the one piece of advice, or even the one question you can ask that helps your team take that next step forward?